Good morning, everyone. My name is Gonzalez. I'm Acting Chief of Police for the City of FAR. I would first like to thank all of the media for being here today. We cannot push this very important message out without your help, so appreciate you taking the time of being here with us today. I also want to thank all the law enforcement agencies that are here today, which include the City of McAllen Police Chief Victor Rodriguez, City of Edinburgh Police Chief Jaime Ayala, City of Mission Police Chief Cesar Torres, Hidalgo County Sheriff Eddie Guerra, and DA Assistant Special Agent Richard Sanchez. We're all here today. This year, Chief Rodriguez, he reached out to all of us to combine our efforts into a joint area-wide press event on Halloween warnings, and what better way than to unite all in one location like we have here today. So the Valley Special, we're kind of like a tight community. Our communities, our residents, they go to McAllen, Edinburgh, come to FAR, So during Halloween, it's no different. I would like to thank all the agencies for their participation and input into our message today. Shortly, we'll have a couple of the agencies come up and share some information as well on education and awareness for this upcoming Halloween event. Like many other surrounding cities, our communities experience a high amount of adults and children out on the evening of Halloween Day, and a couple of the safety tips that we recommend here is pretty much to stay in groups. If you're going to be out with your families, we ask that you stay in a group if possible, and someone in that group wear bright clothing. Some costumes are a little bit dark, and they might have not as bright, but if you can have one of the members in the group wear bright clothing, I think that would help when the sun starts to go down. Another area that we like to express is avoid alleyways, and if the home has its lights off, then move on to the next house. And for homeowners, please remove obstacles from the lawn. If you have, leading up to your porches, your steps, and that way the kids have a nice pathway to get up there and get their treats. We do ask that all parents please check all candies that are received. Law enforcement has seen an increase in which dangerous drugs, and specific fentanyl and THC, are being packaged in a manner where it looks like candy. Some of the candies are Rainbow Nerds, Skittles, and what it does is this type of candy, it lends itself to where they're kind of like pills, small candy-looking objects. What they do have, and what we've seen, is that some of these are being laced with these type of dangerous drugs. I do believe that if we can all take these extra added steps and precautions as a community, we can be safer. Just be a little bit more vigilant at the end of the night. When the kids come home, just take that little extra time to review all the candies that are brought home. There's like anything else, we're hoping for we're always hoping for a great event in our communities. I think it's pretty good when on a Halloween night we're able to go out there, and there's so many events that are happening throughout the communities and what have you. Our agency is also offering a trunk or treat, where we offer another added option for the community to come in and enjoy and go through a trick or treat, trunk or drive, if you wish that you don't want to be in the neighborhood. This is just another option that we give to our community. So at this time, I'll pass it over to Chief Rodriguez for a few comments.
Good morning, everybody. Halloween night is a night that many kids look forward to, basically to build up their candy stock for a few months. I remember that as a kid. And it's a fun night. And over the years, that's become less and less safe a night for things that happen across our country. Well, this time around, it is no different. And we have the usual warnings we want to give out, but there is reason for heightened concern this particular year. And I want to begin with first thanking Chief Gonzalez and the City of FAR for hosting us here today, hosting the area law enforcement agencies, Many more would be here if they could be here. We all share the same message and we all share the same concerns. We all care for our communities, and the only reason they're not here is because they cannot be here, but we all share the same concerns. So first, our thanks to Chief Gonzalez and the City of FAR for this very, very nice, excellent facility. Now I know what we can do more so. I want to say also thank you to the members of the press that are here today, because you will share some of the responsibility of spreading the message. Without you, we can't do it. We couldn't speak loud enough. We couldn't get enough ads out there to get it done. It's through your media, through your means, that we can get some of the message out. And therefore, we want to thank you. We want to thank you so much for being here today. So today we'll cover some very basic stuff, and then we'll go on to the obvious, we call the elephant in the room, so to speak, and that is the concern for what is now being referred to as rainbow fentanyl. But let me begin with this. The usual warnings we want to give out to our community is, obviously adult supervision is of the utmost importance for kids. Wearing bright clothing, exercising safety, safety in numbers, all of those things are the standard messaging, and it's no different this year. Sex offenders, beware. We are going to make sure that you are staying in your places and confined to your residences when our kids are out there. We're going to make sure that sex offenders aren't hosting trick-or-treating events in order to draw kids to their homes as well. So it is an added responsibility for us that we will be on alert for, and trying to do the very best that we can to keep that supervision in place. In McAllen, our ordinance requires sex offenders to be at the residence on the 30th and the 31st, that they leave all their lights off while they're in their residence, and that they refrain from trick-or-treating events at their residences, wherever that may be. Then lastly, the item of concern this year is what is often referred across the country today as rainbow fentanyl. And that is fentanyl in the form of candy-looking pills. They are deceiving, they are deadly. Fortunately, there has been few seizures of that kind of material down here. But nonetheless, we have had a multitude of other forms of fentanyl seized, in South Texas and across the border region. So our message to, because we haven't had the Skittles, let's say, seizures that we can speak to, does not mean it is not here, and does not mean that it could not be here on Monday night. So our message to our parents today is, if it doesn't look right, please dispense with it. Call somebody that may help you do that. Oversight of your kids and what they bring in on Monday night is of utmost importance. It is for their safety. It is for their lives that we're asking you to do this. Fentanyl right now is one of the deadliest drugs in this country. And there is a proliferation of that drug in various forms entering our country today. So for that reason, this Halloween event gives us a pause for special concern, and we ask you to share our message with parents as they go on into Halloween night. So with that said, we do have the honor of the resident agent in charge for DEA that can speak a little bit more to some of the fentanyl issue. So with that, I'll take the liberty to introduce to you Special Agent Richard Sanchez.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the invitation. Chief, it's an honor to be here. To my esteemed colleagues, it's also an honor to be here. For the media, we can't do this alone. As alluded to by the Chief, McAllen Chief, it's greatly appreciated that you stand with us, that you advocate our words and you spread the importance of us collaborating together for the fight of this one mission. A lot of the questions I get typically is, number one, what is fentanyl? Fentanyl is a Schedule II drug typically used for surgeries. The fentanyl that we're seeing on the streets today is synthesized. It's manufactured by Chinese chemical companies and sent to Mexican drug cartels in Mexico, where they create fake pills. Those fake pills are then transported from Mexico into the United States for further distribution into our local communities. A small amount of only 2 milligrams is a potential lethal dose. And the issue here is these fake pills are randomly pressed in clandestine laboratories. No one is measuring the amounts of fentanyl that go into each respective pill. So when you take a pill, you could be taking your life away. Why are we seeing more fentanyl? Unlike cocaine, heroin, and other drugs, there is no grow season for fentanyl. Mexican cartels, primarily the Sinaloa and the CJ&G, are mass producing these fake pills and smuggling them into our communities for profit. Communities everywhere are seeing the impact of these fake pills, and the Rio Grande Valley is not immune to that. What are our numbers like? Typically we're asked, what are the seizures like? As part of the One Pill Can Kill initiative, through our partners here in the federal, state, and local side, we seized more than 10.2 million fentanyl pills and approximately 980 pounds of fentanyl powder. These seizures occurred between May and September of 2022. The amount of fentanyl may seem small. However, it's equivalent to 36 million deadly doses. Here in the state of Texas, during that same time frame, again, the Drug Enforcement Administration with our federal, state, and local counterparts that are here with us today have seized over 350,000 fentanyl pills. And half of those pills contained a deadly dose of fentanyl. Remember, all it takes is 2 milligrams to kill you. What's the primary reason that drug cartels are utilizing fentanyl? It's very simple. To drive addiction and maximize profits. They don't care about you, nor I, or our families. Their greed is about profit. How is it getting into the hands of people? Drug dealers are no longer standing on street corners. They're using social media and taking advantage of it. This is alarming because now drug dealers have direct access to our children. Rainbow-colored fentanyl is just as lethal as any fentanyl. The issue here is it's just a new marketing tool used to drug cartels to expand their reach to our children. If you don't hear anything else I said, hear this. Never take a pill that's not prescribed to you or dispensed by your local pharmacy. It's too dangerous, and it can kill you or your loved one. That's why over and over again, I want to ask parents to speak to their children on the dangers of fentanyl. Closely monitor their social media. Ask questions and maintain an open dialogue. I can't stress it enough that you could be saving their life. Overdose is the leading cause of death of Americans between the ages of 18 and 45 years old. Last year, we saw over 107,000 people die from an overdose and poisonings. And almost 70% of those deaths were directly related to fentanyl. September of last year, again with our federal, state, and local counterparts, we launched the One Pill Can Kill campaign, spreading and educating the public on the dangers of fentanyl. Please, again, if you don't hear anything else I said, do not take a pill that is not prescribed to you or given to you by a licensed pharmacist. Thank you.
Good morning. Again, I want to start off by thanking, first of all, the City of FAR and Chief Gonzalez for putting this thing together and hosting us in this great venue. And I want to thank my local partners here and my federal partner to bring you this important message. So, the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office started Tuesday Operation Safe Neighborhood. We do this every year the week before Halloween. I have 458 registered sex offenders that live out in the rural parts of this county. The Sheriff's Office teamed up with every constable's office, all 5 of my constables, special agents with DPS, and troopers with DPS, along with special agents from HSI. We visited every single one of those 458 sex offenders to make sure that they were complying with state law. And we finished up yesterday, and I'm proud to say that out of that, we only had to issue 1 arrest warrant for a sex offender that was not in compliance. So, for the Halloween message, again, the most important message, the one that Chief Rodriguez mentioned, is please, when our children are out there, make sure that they have a responsible adult with them. A responsible adult. And we're not talking about a teenager babysitter with these children. We want to make sure that a responsible adult is out when these children are out trick-or-treating. We want to make sure that we provide you all a safe neighborhoods for them to go out. We also want to make sure that you take your children to neighborhoods and families that you know. We ask that you please try to do it with the smaller children during daylight hours. And again, we'll be up here to answer any questions, and all of us here will be available to do one-on-one interviews after this press conference. Again, thank you all very much. I want to thank you all for helping us in putting out this great message, an important message. Thank you.
Good morning. With Halloween fast approaching, local, state, and federal governments are out in full force to make sure that our communities are safe. If you are a drug dealer or a sex offender, we're informing you right now that we will take every action possible to protect our communities. Fentanyl is being sold, is being distributed with our communities, and we will intercept it at all costs. The Mission Police Department will be out on Monday, Halloween, in full force to make sure that our communities are safe. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good morning. Let me just go ahead and add one thing to not belabor the message, because I think it's been made very, very well this morning on Halloween safety and watching our kids. But the members in our communities across the valley are the eyes and the ears of what's happening on Halloween night and throughout the weekend. So if you know there's a registered sex offender that is living in your neighborhood and you see their porch lights on, or you see kids coming up to that home, please call. Please call 911, alert us so that we can respond and we can investigate as to what is occurring in that home, because we need to protect our children from these predators. Thank you all very much for being here, and thank you, Chief Gonzalez, for hosting us.
Just want to, again, thank everybody for coming out today on this very important message that we have, collaboration with all other agencies. I think that's the right way to do it when we come together as one here in Rio Grande Valley and put out a message. This will conclude our event, and like was mentioned, we'll be available if anybody has further questions. But again, thank you. We also have, to conclude, help yourselves to some coffee and bread, which is right out to the right-hand side. And we hope that everyone has a happy and safe Halloween.
Oficial, buenos días. Juan Camilo Barragán para Mangum en español. Algunos de los oficiales que hablan en español ya se han visto las píldoras de fentanilo de colores aquí en el valle. Hay una estadística, cuál es una decomiso por estos días de estas píldoras como aquí en nuestra organización.
Oh, today I'm just going to tell you that. That's all.
You want to do it individual? We can break down. You don't want to.
Go ahead.
I'll respond.
Just speak to the Texas. Yes, sir. No tenemos información sobre un decomiso de Rainbow Fentanyl en las localidades aquí, pero sí ha habido decomisos de Rainbow Fentanyl en el estado de Texas y claramente por todo el país. La información que estamos tratando de comunicar hoy es que no hay que esperar hasta el lunes para darnos cuenta de esto. Entonces, la contestación es que no se ha decomisado aquí localmente en esa forma. Claramente saben que fentanyl en varias formas se ha decomisado aquí en unas cantidades muy grandes. Pero en la forma de Rainbow Fentanyl, no aquí localmente, pero en el estado de Texas sí ha habido decomisos. Yes.
Sí. Actualmente se acerca el Halloween, como ya todos lo sabemos, todos lo que ustedes han dicho. ¿Cuáles son las medidas para que los padres de familia, profesores, autoridades escolares, en las escuelas, en todas partes, estén alerta? ¿Cuáles son las recomendaciones básicas para que los niños no vayan a caer en esta trampa de estas píldoras falsas?
Yo le voy a responder de esta forma. La primera cosa para tratar de evitar un accidente es saber que esto está ocurriendo. Y es lo que estamos tratando de hacer hoy, de pasar información con la ayuda de ustedes, de que esto es una amenaza que existe. Si podemos comunicar eso, entonces ahí comenzamos con la información.
Una última pregunta. El 31 de octubre, que es el lunes, muchos de los niños, por supuesto, estarán en las calles, centros comerciales, afuera de las escuelas, en los vecindarios, pidiendo dulces, como es típico. Desde las diferentes ciudades, Bar, Mission, Edinburgh, McAllen, desde la DEA, de todas las autoridades del condado, ¿cómo se va a vigilar para que este tipo de personas inescrupulosas no traten de mezclar? O vamos a esperar hasta que el niño llegue a la clínica intoxicado o de alguna manera de vigilar. ¿Cómo se puede estar segura la gente y la comunidad?
Con la ayuda de la supervisión de adultos de esos niños y claramente con la ayuda de ustedes y la información que estamos tratando de comunicar hoy. Gracias.
Thank you. This will conclude the event. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, we'll be available. Thank you.